So in this episode, which is part 2 of, just looking around in West Coast USA, the turbo sound is good now. It's not crap. And right now I'm going to the dock area. The dock area is over here. And it's a dockyard. That's just what it is. And right here you can see where it looks like someone did donuts in the middle of there. And I'm comparing this city a lot to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like, I feel like this is somewhere in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I don't know where, but like just this look of this type of dock. I don't know. Because I know I can get in the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but I don't know if I can actually find it. And this episode will not have a graffiti counter, because that was took so much time to do. Because every time there was another piece of graffiti like that on the side of that building, I'd have to go click, edit, move. So it was just annoying, repetitive. And we're gonna go here since we haven't been on this road, or this type of road much. And now let's go to the very coast side, right here. This is on the very edge of the map. And that over there goes to nowhere. It just doesn't go anywhere. So we're going to go into sport mode. Nope, wrong button. I pressed Control W instead of Control Q, so now it's in sport. So let's keep going straight. We're starting to see a few trees. There's a stops light, traffic light, and now let's try to go find a foresty area. Right here we're going under a underpass and this sort of thing. Whoa, I almost lost control there. Actually, I'm gonna get this way, because I think this may lead me into the forest area. I feel like my wheel alignment is now messed up. No? I could have swore it felt like it hit directly on that wheel right there. Well, as long as it's fine, it's good. This car really does handle well around these corners. Now, if I was to get an actual drift car, something that is rear-wheel drive, I cannot drift for my life. I can in Forza Horizon 3, but that's because that game isn't the most realistic. It's not even close to being realistic for comparing it to something like Project Cars. There's so much difference in realism that Project Car has that games like Forza does not. I attempted to drift there but couldn't. Now instead of turning right here like we did last episode, we're gonna go straight. And speed limit 40, I don't care. Bit of understeer. Okay, now we're finally in the foresty type area. I was going around that corner, I let off the throttle, and it almost got snap oversteer. Right here's a cabin. Let's go check it out. My brakes are nice and toasty now, because I've been using them a lot. There's a cabin custom made for this map because I've never seen it anywhere else in this game. So, okay, we're out here. Let's put it in sport gearing. And, okay. Where are we gonna go here? I don't know, I think I'm gonna go here. Because I really like the, I know I'm on opposite lanes of traffic, but I really like the twisty roads that we just went through. Because it really, the car shines going through there. Because it corners really good. Plenty of grip. And obviously wrong side of the road, so. Because it says the USA, so. Let's see, I want to be not on this side of the road. And yeah, okay, right here. This is where I want to go. So let's see, at 100 miles an hour. Nope. That wasn't happening. So I want to get over there. So is there a road that can take me over there? Ah, yeah, okay. There is. This car only has a, I think, 4-cylinder engine. 4-cylinder engine that has a turbo. I'm really curious what power it makes, so it seems like it goes pretty fast. So let's go into this. There's an app for that. Because these are called apps in the games, as you can see here, if it's not being completely overlaid by my GPU information stuff. But anyway, so we need, where is it? It's like a graph that engine diameter. Here it is. So I'm gonna put it in the manual gearing. About, the torque is around 210, and the power, it seems like it's just above 140. So if we just go in here, this model is not made. So this model, it's custom. So like it's one of these saved config. So if we go to like one of these that has the 4-cylinder engine, let's see how much power it says that it makes. It says it makes 186 brake horsepower. Brake horsepower, does that mean wheel horsepower? Because, I don't know. But all I know is it has a good amount of power for just being this tiny 4-cylinder. So now, this is a housing type area, so I'm gonna have some corners that we can go on. Because the best thing about this car is the cornering. Maybe a bit more grippy tires on the front. Because this car has comfort tires, so they are a soft compound, which means they have more grip. Okay, let's see. So, engine horsepower about 160 there. And they're around 160 to 200 is where it is mainly at for power and that sort of stuff. So right here, I don't know if I'm backtracking, but is another area that is forested. And cornering here, pretty tight corner. Back wheel spun out. Okay, we did go on this road. I think I didn't notice that log cabin that we just passed on the other way around. And off camera, I'm going to test the AI to see how good they are on this map. Of course, it is a map that's made by the BeamNG developer, so obviously the map's going to be pretty good. So. And gonna go around this corner. Seems to be a bit wide, but a bit sharp. So here, it's a long corner, but it's wide. And there's a road right here that I want to go up. So, hopefully the turning radius on this car is good and we can make a U-turn and not a K-turn. Okay, it has just enough turning radius to not have to make a K-turn. Because a K-turn basically looks like a K when you turn. But a U-turn is a U-turn. In case you didn't know what a K-turn was. This car was fantastic on this dirt type road. You know, I think I should take it to an actual dirt road. But, woof. Okay. This car has a pretty good turning radius for being such a large vehicle. Oh. Almost fell off the edge. And so this car seems to handle pretty good on the dirt. I think we should go to an actual dirt track. And something I would just like to say, could this map be a little bit more optimized? Because I have a pretty high-end graphics card. I have a GTX 1070. It's not the most powerful, but it's still in the high class of cards. And I have it overclocked right now. So the thing I'm not getting is why the frames are so low. And this to our right looks just like what I was wanting. So we can test it, see how good it does on this dirt track. Can't go too fast because it has the walled corners, so there's the risk of getting messed up. Well, getting the car messed up if I go too fast. So right there, use a little handbrake. Don't know about that turn. And this corner popped up into the air, which is kind of annoying. And once again, up into the air. I'm just gonna do full on braking whenever I get as the bumper goes flying. That's gonna need a replay. I swear the bumper just looks so stupid flying through the air. Rear bumper just kind of messed up. And hood is kind of messed up. Intercooler looks a bit bent. Bumper, the actual bumper, this metal piece, looks bent. Radiator's fine though. suspension's fine, so that's all I care about. Except now I don't have the, I think the front bumper makes downforce for the front wheels. Because I think the front bumper has like a splitter on it. So that was that track. Now, in the last episode, I did not show all of the racetrack, and I'm not going to show any of the racetrack this episode, but we are going to go on to like this sort of like testing track thing, where you can see the corners from like the blue things, wherever your corner is, like that right there. And also on the GPS, you can see where the corners are on this. And then slow down a bit. And okay, that's good. Now there's slightly a big corner right here. Okay, that was good. And let's try and drift this. That worked. Now I think we should do some highway driving. And we're on the highway. We're gonna go into the city, try to do a bit of fast driving in the city. Cover a bit more of the city than I did last episode. This frame rate. I'm thinking I can do some stuff in editing that make it look as crap on here. But jeez, just not good. Hope I can make it look smoother after editing. Let's see, where can I turn off to get onto the... Let's say, okay. So we're going to turn off right here. And turn left here. This car is a fantastic drift car because it's all-wheel drive, so that's good. Well, I think I just hit the parking brake while it was full throttle, and that felt really weird in the wheel. Yeah, it felt just like that. So the rear end like slammed down, and I think when I let off, it went up. So let's see. Yeah, like that. And then I had no traction for a second. So let's view that in slow motion. So let's go to like 8. Let's go to 4 times slow-mo. Wait. You can see it just goes flying into the air for a minute. And right now we're in territory that we've already drove on. So let's go straight. Now right here, let's go left. I don't know what it is about this map, but it feels like a mix of San Andreas, a tiny bit of Grand Theft Auto 5, and a bit of Grand Theft Auto 4. I don't know why, but this map just, a lot of the map feels like that. For example, down there looks like a place in GTA 4, which for I don't know, but It just feels like that in this map. And this corner. And this is based in San Francisco, so there's those hills. And get on the brakes. Don't want to ram into that. And this corner right here, it feels like this building and this right here, like this type of corner, it feels like Grand Theft Auto 5. Like the corner. I'm sure I'm gonna put in a image of it, but I'm not gonna get in San Andreas to find like the dock thing, but for right there I can definitely get into Grand Theft Auto and show that. And just try to do this corner. Oh. That damaged the rear wheel. It looks bent. So I just put a inline 6 engine in this, 3-liter inline 6, and from that chart it looks like it makes around the same horsepower. Maybe about 210 horsepower instead of 180, but it feels pretty much the same to drive. The only difference is with the 3-liter is when you put the turbo on it, and then it goes really fast. The 3-liter inline 6, which is in this car right now, which sounds so much better than the 4-cylinder. I think I just did the same thing that I did last episode, where I went through that bush and messed up my wheels. And it's fine, it's not completely messed up. Oh, and there's that echo. I think we should go to some twisty roads to really test it. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So I decided to put a turbo on this car, and also a different interior. It's not much different, but it has like this lining, the TT Sport interior. And also you may notice it makes a bit of a different sound while like decelerating and that sort of thing. It makes a, I think it's called after fire. Let's see if there's any fire out of the exhaust. Also, I lowered the fuel to 25 liters, which I can convert that to gallons, but basically I lowered the fuel so that there's more, well, there's less weight. I almost think that it's not as fun to drive when it's this fast, because it's funny, because like you have too much power that you just want to floor it out of the corner. And then when you floor it out of the corner, you understeer. So watch this, if I do this, and then sometimes just understeers, and you don't want to go so fast, because you're afraid you're going to crash or something. And like that. So, let's see how much better it is to drive without this turbo. So let's go in here and engine, turbocharger, stock. And to make up a bit for the turbo, let's just put a little bit of nitrous. Now this engine, if it was an inline 4, could not take hardly any nitrous, but let's just, it's 6-cylinder. I think it can handle 100 kilowatt shot of nitrous. Let's see. So can handle that, so that's good. So now I think it's more fun to drive. Definitely. And now we're on one of my most favorite roads, which is this, because it's nice and turny and all that sort of stuff. And that was actually a pretty good drift. Now, there we go. Where should I go now? Let's go back over here. And I don't know what I should do now. Let's go to the track. And with this exhaust, the shifting sounds so aggressive. Listen. Sounds so good. Just so aggressive, yet so good. Okay, so I'm on a track and I added the turbo back, but just watch this. It looks so derpy.
Oh yeah, babe! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Jesus, the car's humping the ground. Okay. So, sport mode. Now let's try it. Now let's do this track. The shift sounds so good. And automatically off the track. And I also set the all-wheel drive system to a customizable all-wheel drive system. So I made the torque split 30-70. So the front wheels get 30% of the torque, and the rear wheels get 70. So that means it's rear-wheel drive bias, which means it's easier to kick out in the corner sometimes. I probably should have done an 80-20, like 20-80 split, but I don't know. I felt like I still needed a good amount of front wheels, so. And just try and go around this corner now. Now we are on a straightaway, so getting up to pretty high speeds. Just get on the brake a little. 140. Okay, now let's get on the brakes. All brakes are completely out for a second there. I was hitting on the brakes and I just look over to the brake thing over here, and it just, the brakes were non-existent. Completely red, over 1,000 degrees. Well, that's not good. That wasn't good. Let's go around this, and you can start to see the smoke coming up from the wheels. We're on a straightaway, so arm the nitrous. Okay. Disarm it. It's not. Whoa. It makes it easier to get out in the corners, which is good. Okay, got it out of that. what I should have done was on that one straightaway that we had that we got up to 140 miles an hour. Should have used nitrous there. Nitrous is going to be fun to use right there. Okay, we're about to that straightaway. Let's see, let's click. Okay, now it's armed. Let's disarm it for a second. Whoa, kind of getting a bit squirrely there. Arm it. Okay, disarm. I'm full brake. Okay, if I didn't get on the throttle there, I would have rammed into the wall. So I don't know why the video randomly ended here. I think I may accidentally clicked it or something. But anyway, so hopefully you liked this episode.